15 to on air.
Amazing. Don't mess it up.
10 to on air. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On air. Cue Joey.
Welcome to the PSA World Tour. It's been a history-building 2017-18 season with all the best players in the world, ranging through all the cities for what has been an amazing World Tour year. We're now, for the third year running, arriving in Dubai.
Graphic
The ATCO PSA Dubai World Series Finals,
and
live from the Emirates Golf Club.
And Envision, introducing yourself.
I'm Joey Barrington, and joining me, former world number 4, Paul Johnson. PJ, I've got to say, obviously with the sun here and everything else, you've got one of the best tans I've ever seen.
Thanks, Joey. It's come through a lot of hard work, 3 to 4 hours a day, but bearing in mind it's 112 degrees outside, it's stifling. I'm doing my best to stay hydrated, but thank goodness it's nice and air-conditioned in this fantastic venue, which has been host to another very successful World Series Finals here in Dubai.
Well, it has been, and we've had an unbelievable season with 7 of the events that have been played all around the globe. And we've got a real interesting format for you with the World Series Finals. It's a unique situation. It's basically the top 8 qualifying men and women that are split into 2 groups of 4 in groups A and B. They play a best-of-3 round robin, 3 days running, and then there's a best-of-3 semi-finals. The winner of Group A plays the runner-up of Group B, and vice versa. The finals is actually a best-of-5, which is the format that's played on the PSA World Tour. Now, this best-of-3 format, PJ, really does suit this type of tournament.
It's been a huge success, Joey. We did trial this event in the Canary Wharf Classic in February. It was a big hit by the squash fans. There's a lot of controversial points. The first game, absolutely pivotal. Of the 24 matches that we've seen here so far this week, on 18 occasions, the winner of that first game has gone on to win the match. So imperative that the players get off to a good start here.
Calendar next.
Well, we've got the 7 events, and there was one that really stood out for me with those, and that was the Saudi Arabian event, where for the first time ever a professional sporting event has been held in Saudi Arabia.
In the US
and then kicking off the season, we had an unbelievable story in Philadelphia, where Ali Farag and Noor El Tayeb ended up making history. 2 husband and wife combinations. Ali Farag taking out Mohammed El Shabaghi, and then Tayeb both winning their first World Series events ever. It was unbelievable.
Next.
It was an amazing start to the season for them. Noor El Tayeb had been plagued with injury the year before. A tremendous comeback for her. Ali Farag, 2 years previously, was studying at Harvard University. It was a fantastic achievement for them, and a dream start to their 2017.
And then we're looking at TOC next, Shabini and Rosner.
And it didn't stop there either. We had Simon Rosner, who the German #1's been the most successful player ever to come out of that part of the world. He stormed into the Tournament of Champions, taking out so many of the top players, but winning a World Series event, his first one ever of the season, making history again. And Noor El Shabini, she really was very, very consistent throughout with what she did, and she managed to also take that World Series title to cap off the beginning of the 2018 season.
Yeah, Shabini looked very, very good in New York. I'm not sure what it is about that tournament, but it seems to bring out the best. She was awesome all the way through to the final stages. She was tested in that final against Noor El Tayeb, but definitely the best player of that week so far.
Shabaghi next.
Mohammed El Shabaghi battling as he always does. He had a bit of a poor end to the 2016-17 season. Had a hard summer's training, and he bounced back attacking Qatar. That was the first World Series title for him, and it really did mean a huge amount for the Beast of Alexandra, where he overcame his compatriot Tariq Momin there.
It was a very emotional tournament for El Shabaghi. He'd been at the top of the game for so many years. It wasn't exactly a disastrous drop, but it certainly was by his standards. He took some time out of the game. He went and worked very hard with his coach, David Palmer from Australia, the great legend. And it seems to have played off.
And the last place up for grabs went to Miguel Angel Rodriguez less than 2 weeks ago.
Fantastic season this year.
Yeah, but it didn't stop. It just didn't stop. We now went to the British Open, which was the last World Series event before this one. And Miguel Angel Rodriguez, the Colombian cannonball, just came out of nowhere,
and
sliced his way through the draw, ended up taking that title, the first ever South American ever to win the British Open, and along the way he beat the world #1 and world champion in an epic 5-game thriller. I couldn't believe it, it was amazing.
Stunning week for Rodriguez. I mean, let's not forget back in 2015 and 16, he did actually get up to #4 in the world. Poor season by his standards, followed that unfortunately, but it's great to see him back. He's so entertaining, he's such a charismatic character out there on the court. We love watching him play, and it's great that he actually took that elusive title in Hull.
Well, it's helped him qualify for this event as well, and we look at the stack of the women that came. The one lady that's missing for me is Nicole David, one of the icons of the modern game, but you can't deny the quality of the Egyptian players there. The 1, 2 and 3 in the world qualifying, and then a 4th as well. So, I mean, the Egyptian powerhouse really is arrived at on the women's scene.
Well, not only the women's, Joe, but also the men's, as you alluded there. The top 3 all taken by Egyptian players, but there's quality throughout this entire event by the ladies. The last 2 years, with the changing of the tin, going down to a 17-inch tin, it's creating more attacking play.
Changing on to the men's.
They've adapted their training techniques, they're more powerful, they're more dynamic, and it's so much more fun to watch.
And in the men again, it's all the top players. A few names probably, you'd say maybe James Willstrop and Ramir Shaw not making it into that top 8. Nick Matthew coming in at the last minute due to the withdrawal of Marwan El Shabaghi. Nick Matthew making the most of that opportunity, as we know. But again, you've got Mohamed El Shabaghi, Ali Farag, and Tariq Momen with Kareem Abdul-Gawadi, 4 of the men Egyptian.
Who's that graphic?
2 groups again littered with quality, Joey. I mean, if you look at Nick Matthew, he's retiring after this event, apparently. I mean, he's 38 and still playing to this level. Gregory Gaultier, 36 years of age. And the chasing pack, they've got some serious levels to achieve here, because Egypt, again, top 4 players in the world, all coming from that region. They're making it very, very tough for the rest of the world.
Semi-final lineup for this semi-finals this evening. We kick off with the ladies' match. Nour El Shabini taking on France's Camille Serme. Nick Matthew, the Wolf, will be on against Ali Farag. And the part 2, really, for me, is the one that stands out, with Nour El Taib and Raneem El Walili battling it out between them. And then Mohamed El Shabaghi and the hard-hitting Simon Rosner. What's your picks there, PJ?
I'm going to go for the last 2 matches of the night, Joey. For me, Walili and Taib are going to put on an unbelievable display of squash.
Up first, we've got Camille Serme and Nour El Shabini.
The best of starts in this event, but their last 2 matches were fantastic. And then, obviously, Shabaghi and Rosner. Just fasten your seatbelts.
You could barely get your words out there. I can see how excited you were at the end, those white teeth of yours chattering away. But, yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. The ladies are now at courtside. They're warmed up, raring to go.
5,
we're now going to hand over to your MC,
2,
Michael Absalom.
1, and cue Michael. It's a clear
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the
boys,
ACO PSA Dubai World Series Finals, coming to you live from the Emirates Golf Club this evening. 4 semi-final matches to bring you. We'd like to, first of all, thank His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Chairman of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Knowledge Foundation, and the President of the UAE National Olympic Committee, for his patronage of the event. As you can see, the players are patiently waiting in the wings, so let's get on with our first semi-final of the evening. It is a women's semi-final, and we'll start with the 2018 British Open semi-finalist, 29 years old, from France. She was a semi-finalist last year in 2017, played 3, 1, 2. She's made it to the semi-finals. Let's hear it for Camille Serme.
3 next, 7 next, 7, 6 next, 6. Watching 2, and 2, 1 next, 1. Cue on, Michael.
Our opponent this evening has not dropped a single game, played 3 and won 3. She is the world #1, 22 years of age, the current world #1, 2017 runner-up here as well. This season she's won the Hong Kong Open, the Saudi PSA Women's Squash Masters, the Tournament of Champions, and the British Open. Let's hear it then for the world #1, Egypt's Nour El Shabini.
Watching 6, 6 next, 6. 1 next. 1, and cue on Lee.
Well, hello and welcome. I'm Lee through. Joining me is former world #1,
6,
Vanessa Atkinson.
5, 4.
Both
3,
players are on the court.
2,
We're going to have a quick look
1.
to see how they reached the semi-final stages.
Well done, everyone.